This video I'll be referring to Virgie Pryor Brooks' grandma just to make things easier. This is an accumulation of different videos taken from over the years. You'll see some of the same footage in other videos of other family members, but I left some things in just to establish context. In the first part here, we see Grandma sitting on the front porch at 21 Bryant Street. She loves sitting on the front porch. I think she missed the country a lot, but it was one of her favorite places when the weather got nice for her to be, and she'd kind of look up and down Bryant Street and see what was going on. This is a quick clip of her in Morristown with her brother, Uncle Stuart. They were having lunch on the porch, Stuart Pryor. This is Christmas at 21 Bryant Street. Don't know what year it was, but in this you'll see Edna Tignor, Aunt Edna. She stayed over this particular Christmas with us, and there's my dog Rev, and there's me in the yellow robe, and Lavena Fairfax, and Aunt Edna's poodle, Mitzi. There's Edna. And pretty soon you'll see Grandma walking across, coming to sit in her chair. She had a favorite chair right by the window where she could kind of look out on Bryant Street and see who was coming and who was going, and she'd sew there and read her Bible there. There she is, walking with her cane, and Aunt Edna and the Tignor and Mom giving her presents for Christmas morning. There's Daddy opening up a card. Here I am, right, petting the dog, Aunt Edna. And there's Grandma opening up her presents very meticulously. And there's some of the goodies under the tree, so to speak, that year. Year of books. This was high school year for me, so a lot of books. There's my stocking. There's our old hi-fi in the background with Nat King Cole albums. And tree was always heavily decorated. Had lots of tinsel and balls and the like. There's the breakfast in the small kitchen. Seat 4 adults and 1 child. Coming up is there's Daisy Gray and Olin Gray, and Dolly Pryor, Grandma's sister, Dolly Lewis really, and Grandma. And they're about to tell them they can wave because these are moving pictures. There's Mom telling them, go ahead and wave. Moving pictures. Here's a visit. There's little John Sylvester Fairfax Jr. with Mom. There's Grandma. And that was Johnny. And there's Grandma walking across past Rev. There's Johnny and little John paying a visit. And there's a shot out on Bryant Street. Mrs. Smith, who lived at 25 Bryant. This was a Forever Young trip. There's Grandma sitting in the chair. They were always doing things with the senior citizens. Had a great Forever Young club. Every Wednesday, I think they met down in the Pioneer Room and had different activities for them. And this was a trip, probably somewhere in Maryland, on a DC Transit bus, which you'll see in a minute. You haven't seen these in years. But Mom took Grandma and also took little John Fairfax. There he is. And Father John McBride, who was one of the favorites of the ladies in the church. Actually, I liked him too. And there's Mom with little John again. But pretty shortly, you're going to see Grandma walking across, getting ready to get on the bus. She'll be walking across on her cane. That's not her. I'm not sure who that lady is. There she is. She's up front. Rosa, Miss Rosa Lee. That's who it is. I was trying to remember her name. The lady behind Grandma is Rosa Lee. She was her buddy with the big straw hat there. She was a nice lady. She couldn't see very well. She had very thick glasses. There's Miss Barnes, Cecilia Barnes. She lived on T Street, not far from St. Martin's School. And there's that old DC Transit bus I was talking about. You remember what they looked like back in the 60s. And loading up to go home. Here comes Grandma with her purse, and you'll see a shot of her on the bus right there. Now we're over at John Fairfax Sr.'s house. There's Grandma for a picnic. Not sure what, maybe in the 4th of July. There's Mom and William on her lap. There's Johnny at the table. And shortly you'll see William in a wagon with a bottle, and his Grandma overseeing things. And next we've got, there's Milton Bland and his mother Edna Tignor. This was a birthday for Uncle Maurice. There he is with his girlfriend. Can't remember her name. But Maurice Brooks. It was his birthday party. He was all dressed to the nines. There's Aunt Mamie. So I guess this is a grand entrance. Everybody coming out of the house. There's Grandma, being accompanied by Milton Bland Jr. See the old wells down there. There's the family, Maurice and Mom and Elizabeth and Wilbur, Barbara, Louise. There's Milton with Grandma and Louise. Bland. There's Maurice. So those are probably all the surviving kids of Grandma at that point. There's Aunt Mamie and Mom. And Uncle Maurice and Mom with Curtis Franklin. And there's Maurice again. And there's Junior Bland, Milton Bland. And there's Donald Bowman, Barbara's second husband. There's Uncle Maurice dancing with Daddy, John Fairfax, having a good time. Everybody's got a brewski. There's Barbara and Maurice, Barbara Bland. Uncle Maurice. That's the way they danced. And there's Curtis again. But there's that well in the background I was talking about. And there's Milton and Mom and Barbara kibitzing in the background. That's Daryl Bowman, Donald's son. There's Maurice and Aunt Edna, Uncle Maurice and Aunt Edna. His mom dancing with Curtis Franklin. And we're going to wrap it up with Uncle Maurice and two of his buddies marching up toward the camera. People loved moving pictures in those days, and this is what we had at that time.